let's see. We were talking about where do you see the movie industry heading towards, and so Martin Scorsese put out an article like 2 years ago saying not only he was diss Marvel, however you want to take that.
Oh, he was saying it wasn't real cinema.
It wasn't real cinema, but he also put out there that there's too much content out there, and it starts to get saturated.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you have like a movie that's a hit, and then there's 15 carbon copies from all the different studios afterwards, it's annoying.
It's annoying. Well, remember when Dark Knight became that, and it became every superhero's got to be dark and gritty.
Yeah.
But like, what about now? I think because he was talking about too how there's too much. This is also, mind you, this has been 2 years ago. Before now, everything's going to streaming because there's no mid-budget movie now. So Martin Scorsese could not do The Irishman without Netflix because Netflix willing to fork out $200 million for an old school gangster movie. But he puts out like there's just so much, like there's Amazon Prime, they have their studio. Then you have HBO, they're doing their thing, and then Netflix, So do you think that it's become so saturated where like now a film is not like a film anymore? Like
no, it's just you got to pay for this service.
Yeah,
like Peacock, like brand new thing, like Paramount Plus, like it's just cable with all these extra steps now.
Yeah, it is, and
anything that's exclusive to one of the services. It's rarely ever good. Netflix drops a movie every week. How many of them do you watch?
That's what I'm saying. Where's the quality in it?
Yeah. Because I feel like with the old school ways, not even old school, like 10 years ago and before, like you'd get quality flicks from these studios.
Yeah.
Because, there's more of a risk. Now there's no risk. Pop it on streaming. Someone somewhere is just going to press play on it.
Me and my cinematographer, we're talking about how we forgot what we were watching. But I think it was Netflix where you could tell like it's and I don't know. This is kind of crazy because I'm trying to pitch a movie. Hopefully Netflix picks up. It's not gonna say anything wrong. They have put out good movies. Like I'm not a big fan of Don't Look Up, but but I think that's the movie we were talking about. Like how the cinematography, it's just there. There's no real in depth with a lot of these movies. It's just like, okay, we have Leonardo DiCaprio, Meryl Streep. We have a really cool topic. Let's just put it out there. But there's not like there's nothing iconic they have put out really. There's, with a movie theater, it's like, I don't know. We all go in. We all watch the movies. We either laugh, cry,
no
get
distractions.
scared.
You don't hear the lawnmower from your neighbor going off.
Yeah,
you're just in that world.
We're all in it together.
Yeah,
And you guys walk out, you get the chatter of like, oh man, I didn't like that scene. I like that scene a lot.
Yeah.
Like that's almost dying now.
It is. Like with the pandemic, it's a fast death now. Like movie theaters shutting down, or if they are showing anything, it's like the two movies for like a whole month.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the big blockbusters.
That's
to go see like a true indie movie or some art house cinema.
Yeah.
That's dying a little bit.
Those are movies like Nightcrawler, Drive. Like those are the movies that like. I mean, I love my old like Spider-Man film come out, but like, dude, those Prisoners was like, dude, that movie came out on Netflix. I don't know if I would probably watch it, but it'd take me a while.
But getting that experience of that movie in the cinema, tension builds up so much better. I feel.
Sicario is another one. Well, I guess they're both same director, but those movies would never get made.
No, even something like Dune. Like, if I had only been able to watch it on HBO Max, it would not be the top of my list last year. Like, I would be thoroughly impressed. But seeing that in IMAX and seeing it in other theaters, like, it just takes it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, I mean, do you blame? I mean, who would you blame? Do you blame us because the only movies we see is Marvel or Star Wars, or is it the studios where it's like
it's the studios banking too much of now it's harder to put out something original because it's a sequel to something that was already a hit before.
Yeah,
that's so much less of a risk.
Yeah,
so it's just building up that. I think now they're at the point where it's like guaranteed to print money, and that's where we are.
It's hard not to disagree because I mean, Spider-Man being the anomaly, is it an anomaly like because it's breaking so many records that people are like, well, the movie theaters are still alive.
Which it is good to see.
Yeah.
Like, people will still go out in droves. That's not dying in anything.
No, because the last movie I saw before the pandemic that I really like saw with an audience without any COVID shit was 1917.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
that like January.
That movie was definitely meant to be in the theaters.
Absolutely,
you would not get that same experiment.
I haven't even rewatched it since because I don't know if it would be the same watching it at home after seeing it that one time in the theater.
Yeah, it's definitely like one of those things where you can't, like, people be like, I have a great fucking TV, a 70-inch. I'm like, dude, nothing beats that.
No.
Like,
you have that. Have you been to a Dolby theater? There's like one or two of them in San Diego with a Dolby audio.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna.
Oh, it's not like the Dolby 7 or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like the true Dolby Atmos, and dude, the sound is incredible.
I wonder how a Christopher Nolan film. I heard he's really good with the sound.
Oh yeah, sound design. Well,
yeah.
So fucking loud his movie.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen Dunkirk. I heard it's had some really great sound design.
Oh man, yeah, I remember going to watch Dunkirk. The date snuck in a bottle of wine, and we killed it with Dunkirk.
Dude, what, drinking in Dunkirk? God.
Well, I just knew it was gonna be like, this is gonna be like a fun movie
About a World War II that your family started.